On other fields, on other days. That's the primary charge for the cadets of Army. But on this field, the seeds planted by the likes of Davis, Blanchard, and Dawkins certainly have produced victory. Welcome to Michie Stadium at West Point, home of the Black Knights of the Hudson. We believe we've got a great one in store today, and we've got a team that makes it into the top 25. Now when you go on the road, that's when you prove you belong. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, taking on a team from the AAC, the Army Black Knights. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Houston ready to boot it deep and get this game going. Going for the return. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. First down for this offense. To the ground with the back. He kept those legs moving, got 3 out to the 19.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Now the pitch. Just gets it to the 20, a pickup of 1. Third and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. Got it looking for the first down. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
Third down, man. You'd think this offense would want to throw it down the field, at least past the sticks. With this defense and their athleticism and speed, they gobbled him up behind the line of scrimmage.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Now a fair catch is called for. It may just shy of midfield. First down for the offense. He wants to throw. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football some more.
The give to the single back. They could have used a little bit more there and pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. It's a fake. He wants to throw. And the fake works if he can get the first. And they caught them with their drawers down as the throw and catch picked up the first down on the fake.
Man, that is awesome. That gets the juices going. That gets everybody excited. You work on these fake punts all the time, but you don't call them all the time. But the coach saw something, executed it perfectly, called it at the right time, and got a shot in the arm, get some energy, snap it to the up back, completing the pass.
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Cougars will have it 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Makes him talk to the hand. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Got enough space, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Houston.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That last drive covered 52 yards on their way to the score. And they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. Oh, he's going to go for the return. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
We're already in the 1st quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. He's looking downfield to throw. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down.
Mano-y-mano, man. One-on-one go ball. Who's going to make a play? The defender steps up to the occasion, knocks that one away for an incompletion.
He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. A fair catch is called for. It'll give him great field position. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. From the gun, running back gets to give. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Houston. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And right down the middle. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Army has it back, and the offense ready to go. He'll try the left side. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The give to the back. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. It's 3rd down from their own 34 as they try to keep the drive moving. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Offense facing 4th down.
And the Black Knights send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his big tight end. Open space at the 25. And the tackle was made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
As a defense, it's so hard covering this guy. Because of his frame, you're not really going to match up. But this guy's also got some wheels. The hard part is bringing him down after the catch. This guy's like a giant giraffe. You're just lions hanging on his neck trying to drag him to the ground. Not easy to do.
They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Set to advance on the football.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter.
Get set.
They're looking for an advantage to the right. They'll make the stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter.
With the score, Houston 21, Army 0.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30.
And that's why this guy's a complete running back. He's good between the tackles, he can pass block, but he can also run routes. And we're not just talking about screens or swing routes. This guy gets vertical down the field, and he can run the route tree.
Using the quick game. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Black Knights in the hurry up. Now on the move. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. After the incompletion, they go back up top. This time he's got him. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And the Black Knights have it with a 1st and goal. Quarterback keeps it. And he's knocked down. The defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Here comes the option. He'll pitch it. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Hard-hitting tackle. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2.
Timeout, Houston.
No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. They brought the heat and they get him on the ground. And a 4th down sack stops this drive cold. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Going to try to get it himself. And he slides after picking up the first down, but there is a penalty flag. Let's see who it's against. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down here for the offense.
Come on, set.
That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety. So after giving up the deuce on the safety, now they'll be able to kick it away without a rush from the 20. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And your Army Black Knights will take over. 1st and 10.
First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Leaves it with the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
2nd down coming up.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Goes to the option. He'll toss it. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
Got it.
Now facing a 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Looking to go up top on first down. Lofts one deep down the right side. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Got his man quickly. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
That's why, as a defense, you feel okay playing man coverage on 3rd down because you know you've got linebackers and you've got players on your defense that can cover these dangerous running backs mano-a-mano. Nice job tackling in the open field.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Just needs a crack to get a return. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Hand off from the gun. At midfield, he's got room. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as they get him down at the 37. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field, and they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be a
touchdown Cougars, and they take it. More points.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bringing it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Will take over. 1st and 10.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. Line getting set on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
There's got to be a sense of urgency for this offense right now. They're trailing. They're going to be kicking off to open the second half. So they need points. They need to go tempo. Maybe that last 1st down gets them a little bit of confidence.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off.
Intercepted by Houston. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got it! Into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Maryland is running away with things, and it's thanks in large part to an offense that's been firing on all cylinders. They're up 14 over Wake Forest. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Makes the grab. It's Silva. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Just going to keep it after the snap. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. The Black Knights come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw it on 1st down. And that ball is picked off. Ball's out. Picks up the ball and tries to make something of it.
Out of all the ways to get a 1st down, that's how the offense chose to do it. I mean, make the mistake, throw the interception, Palmer, but heads-up play, force the fumble, and recover it. 1st down.
And, David, you know the quarterback's counting his lucky stars. That was a bad decision. That should be the defense's ball. Luckily, they fumble it. His teammates get it.
Lofts one high and deep. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
Here comes the Houston offense once again. They'll throw it on first down. Feeling some heat. And he can't escape, and down he goes. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Trying to beat the D deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Houston will be forced to punt.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Comes out throwing on first down. Going the other way, and he takes it all the way back. Oh, what a way to finish the half, and what a disastrous way for this offense. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the 2nd half. And he's going to run it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Offense ready to go back to work. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
The toss to the outside. The stiff arm, and now he's got room. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. And the Cougars are moving quickly down the field. To the ground. He's got it again. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back. And I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
They'll run it left, looking for the end zone here. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on third down? They'll run the option. And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapped around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Army has it back in the offense, ready to go. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point, David, the quarterback here, he's got to be a CEO, and he's got to really get his guys settled down. A couple turnovers in a row. Now they've got to find a rhythm.
A CEO, a.k.a. don't screw it up, young man. That's what it sounds like on the sidelines with the coaches. We got to stop turning the football over.
He's right on target. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it to the 25 before he's brought down.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Got to give the defense credit, man. They've won the day, especially against the pass. They've gotten to the quarterback. They've hit him. They forced him to throw up his back foot on that one. They've had 3 interceptions in this game. What a day for this defense.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. They'll go back to the air on second down. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great job executing up front by the defense. They looked like they were ready for that play, and that was a bit of a more unconventional look from the offense on third down, but the defense was there to make a big stop.
Trailing by multiple possessions in the third and desperately needing a score, they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. and they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and short.
2nd down coming up.
Convoy. Here we go.
They'll give it to the back. The Cougars get enough to move the chains.
And I know it's not sexy, but those little runs just keep you on your heels, keep the sticks moving, making you understand, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be patient. A lot of offenses aren't patient. They get too big play happy, wanting to force the ball down the field. This offense is staying nice and patient right now.
They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Dropped after a pickup of 4 down to the 16.
Picks up 4. Brings up 2nd down.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
Terrier. 42.
He's looking to throw. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Yeah, and a really good job by the defender, understanding the ball's coming. I got to break on it and go, and not try to intercept it and make a bad play. He swats it down and makes sure that's an incompletion.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6.
Easy. Squirrel.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously, the politically...
Touchdown, Cougars! And the route is on. And that receiver was well covered. The quarterback just believed his receiver was better.
It's so hard on the goal line to play inside and play the quick passing game, but also play the fades out wide. Good coverage, but wide receivers used to jumping up, catching the football. DBs, not so much.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. OHIO. Ohio State is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout to remember. They're up by 22 over the Royals. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Now on the option. Got the first down and more. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense.
And the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
And to 40, there he goes. Brought down at the 45 after a 15-yard pickup.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Houston 48, Army 2.
Okay, ready?
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period.
Let's go. Ready?
The option look. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Black Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
The Black Knights get it past the sticks.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play?
Get set.
On the option. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Running to the left. Trying to pound their way forward. He picks up a couple to the 31.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they showed up and showed out and answered that challenge.
Movement here from the tight end. Shakes off the defender. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
Coming up, 4th down.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. And the Black Knights moving quickly to the line. They'll run the option. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
He'll set up to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. And this will fall incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
And how good does that feel, right? You've got the lead in the 4th quarter. The defense knows you're going to try to run the ball to ice the game, and you rip off an 8-yard run. They know it's coming, and they still can't stop it.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The give as they work on that clock. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, and they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He leaves it with the back. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
2nd down coming up.
On the
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's not like when you get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
I think in this situation, after that incompletion, 4th and short on your side of the field, the smart play is to punt it away and trust your defense.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play.
Will take over 1st and 10.
The Cadets have it back as Army goes back on offense. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Makes the catch, and he's brought down.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
3rd down coming.
Line is set on 3rd down. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play.
Timeout, Army.
After this, it'll be a wrap.
Freedom! Slab!
Quick pass on the jet motion. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop you. Let them do their job. You just keep going on.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical. They were faster, and it showed today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.